Welcome, Virgo. Welcome to Sweet Tree of Life Tarot. Thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year, and this is your reading for January 2023. This reading is read as a Spread of Life spread. If you haven't seen this reading before, this type of reading is actually explained a little bit further on my channel in a few minutes in a video if you'd like to check that out. Thank you for joining me today. Let's see what we have here for you for the month of January. So, my beautiful earth sign, this is what we have going on. Sorry if the noise in the background, you hear it. It's actually raining right now, so it's wonderful to finally have a little bit of rain. Let's go ahead and start the reading. Right here in the top of the deck, you have what is called the Six of Pentacles. As you can see, it's about giving and receiving, and she's giving, the little dogs a bone, and she's receiving their thankfulness, with their little, just kind of being friendly with her. However, because it is considered to be in the reverse, it is telling me that some of you need time to kind of be a little bit more, either more generous, or also it could be the other way around, where you're not letting others take care of you. You're just kind of taking care of everyone else. Or it could be that, you're taking care of yourself and not taking care of others. So when this card's in the reverse, it could mean either direction. But also, it usually does refer, because it is in the reverse, it means that maybe you're not taking care of others as you should, or helping them out as you should. But it could also be for some of you that you're not accepting that help that is being offered. So you do, since it is a card of giving and receiving, you do want to be able to give and receive. Even if it's not equally, just, there is that generosity, that reciprocity of giving and receiving from both parties. And now sometimes when we give so much, we don't know how to receive. So it's also important to be able to receive and give others the opportunity to give. In the number 2 position here, we have what's giving you the drive to go forward. We have a beautiful, beautiful major arcana card, the Sun. The Sun here, it's a place of shining bright, a place of communication, definitely a lot of creativity. You can see the little sunflowers reaching up to the sun. Very much, it's also a card of very much being having exciting times, communication, but definitely self-confidence that's blooming. That's why it's represented by the blooming flowers here, because it says that, things are blooming, things are being positive, things are shining bright. That's what's driving you forward, because you want to kind of keep that sense going, or you want to have that sense in your life. But it looks like you're gaining that self-confidence, just like those blooms that are blooming there indicate, being freed from fears and any darkness or kind of thoughts that you may be making you kind of second doubt yourself. So right here, what have you created? You've created the Empress. The Empress here is what you've been creating. She's very much, a creative and fertile type of person. You can tell she's pregnant here as well. So it can be giving birth to new ideas and new opportunity, maybe even giving birth to a new sense of you. So it's definitely a card of abundance. So this is what you're kind of been creating for yourself, or in the process of creating. So congratulations on that. And then you just have to remember that you want to be able to give and also receive. So make sure that you are giving to others, and as well as receiving from others, because sometimes it is harder to receive than it is to give. Now, number 4 position here tells me what's giving you the energy to build. Well, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess here, it's, she has the 2 dichotomies where it's the black column and the white column. So she's kind of in between both. And then there's the moon here, right? And it shows basically that the moon, it does not light your path. So you have to count your intuition a lot. You have to count your spirituality, pray, meditate, whatever helps you kind of access those higher self, levels of higher self. That's what you'd want to do. It's definitely about hidden things, a time to pause and contemplate, and understand what's being sought. What are you looking for? So it's time to kind of think about it, time to ponder on those new or old ideas that, the mysteries of life. You're kind of looking at things more deeply than just kind of like the superficial. The number 5, what you need to dissolve is the moon. we have here is the moon card. As you can see, it's a beautiful card, major arcana card, beautiful. We have, even though it's beautiful, it doesn't truly light your path. Even if it was a full moon, it's not lighting your path in entirety. So you do have to count on your intuition and your faith. So both of these, on both sides of these columns, are telling me the same thing. You have to do that. And then the middle one here, which is a synergy of the whole kind of deck, the whole reading, is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups tells me they're kind of focusing on what's been spilled. See how she has the 3 cups right here that have been spilled? She's just focused on that. She doesn't want to look at anything else. She doesn't even want to see and look upwards behind her to see that there are actually other opportunities being offered. So this tells me that you're kind of being tunnel vision on what you lost here. So you're kind of not even giving or receiving. You're kind of at a standstill there. You're not even looking at everything. Kind of seems kind of shaded because you see the moon here and the moon there. It tells me there's a lot of, you have to count a lot on your intuition, on your faith, because not everything is revealed right now to you. So you do have to kind of take a step back and see the whole picture in order to be able to get through this past trauma or this kind of reliving those moments where you were kind of wallowing, maybe some of you, in regret. So it's time to move forward. This is what's basically this card is telling you, and look at those new opportunities. Now, what do you have in the victory position? Right here, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Wonderful card to have, obviously. Pentacles also dealing, with a lot of earth signs. So we do have a lot of pentacles here that have been coming up for you, Virgo. So definitely related to your earth sign, or very earthy feel here. And so it's the Ace of Pentacles. It's telling me there's a time for new opportunities, new beginnings, chances to grow, having that financial gain, hopefully, because you've been putting a lot of work into it. Pieces that are starting to come together for you. So even though you haven't seen the clear picture just yet, because you're kind of focusing on part of the picture and not in its entirety, it's also telling me that, you have to take advantage of those new opportunities that come, taking that risk, but, mindfully, of course, because you have planted those seeds and they're ready to start, they're starting to basically grow now. They might not be ready to pick yet, but they're ready to grow. So they might not be ready to sow, but they're ready to grow. They're already growing. And so right here, and what tells me and what you kind of want to handle the situation here is what you kind of hoping that reveals what you want, basically, is to handle the situation like the Two of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles with the Earth sign, very resonant here. So the Two of Pentacles is that balance that you have of the situation. You want to kind of balance it out, so you're using skill and flexibility and whatever is coming up, because it might be a little bit trying what you're trying to do. So a time basically to just kind of find that balance of work and play as well. Growing that confidence that you have to make those your talents kind of more fruitful, and having them grow, and kind of having more self-confidence here. So this is what's telling me that you're a little bit not confident because of some situation here that you kind of failed, because partially failed, and you do not look at those opportunities that are coming up. Like the victory card here with the Ace of Pentacles is telling you that those opportunities are there, take advantage of them. And right here in the trunk of the tree, we have the Knight of Swords. And you can tell, he's riding on a griffin. The Knight of Swords here in this position tells me how others see you or you see yourself. So you're seeing yourself as being, or others see you as being logical, analytical, maybe a little bit blunt. So, but definitely very self-assured and confident. So you've gained confidence through this. But for some reason, you're just not looking at those opportunities that are coming up. It's not quite lighting in your path yet. So let's go ahead and make sure you do that. You look around, really think about and contemplate what you need to, and your next steps before making them. And of course, it says here, you're self-assured, might be a little bit impetuous. So you want to make sure that that you're not acting without thinking too much. So make sure you think before you act. And then what's the outcome here was radiating out. I have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, the page is always a messenger, right? So right here we have the outcome. It's radiating. She's ready to use her quick wit and her sharp tongue kind of, like quick-witted. She's very quick-witted, but she can be a little bit blunt, according to this one over here. So you kind of have to balance that out a little bit. She's charismatic and very inquisitive, so she likes to see what she can find out and learn. She's filled with ideas, right? So the message here is basically be on the lookout, but be prepared. So be kind of careful in making your next steps and prepare for them so that you're kind of ready for what may come. So as we have here is a column of severity, and over here a column of mercy, and this is considered the column of harmony. So as we go up the column of harmony, you can see possibly that some new perspective or more positive perspective of your situation. If you haven't seen the more positive yet, I do like to focus on the more positive, because it's easy to focus on the negative, and we need to focus on more positive to keep bringing that positive energy back in your life. So right here, of course, you see you have to start with the Page of Swords, being careful of your next step, kind of keep on the lookout for your next step, but with that, keep that wit of yours. You're very intelligent, charismatic, and you're filled with ideas. So keep that. Right here, the Knight of Wands says that you're a little bit blunt, but you are very logical and analytical. So maybe finding a balance in that bluntness would be good as well. But you want to be able, because this is what you kind of desire, to have that flexibility in handling the situation, and that would be part of that. So it's a time of balance also for you, not to just work a lot, but put in a little play as well. It needs to have a balance in your life. It can't be all work or all play, but you're definitely gaining confidence in your talents, and you're having more new opportunities that are kind of coming up. So make sure you're looking at the whole picture and not just looking at what's dropped here or what's the opportunity there, but kind of look at the whole picture, because your whole path is kind of not lit yet. So because the moon doesn't light all your paths. So you do have to count on that intuition. You do have to count on your faith, just to kind of see which way you might going. Also maybe with friends or family that you trust as well, because you do have the beautiful Sun card and the Empress showing me that you do have that self-confidence, that stability, that you're creative, you're full of ideas, and you're ready to just keep shining. So let's keep that going, and stop having any kind of self-doubt that you might be having by looking only and tunnel vision at this situation here and not the whole picture, because it looks like you're missing on those opportunities as well. And hopefully that way you'll be able to turn this card upside up and be in the Six of Pentacles, which indicates that you are much more being able to be more generous, because you're able to focus on more than just kind of being absorbed in what your situation is, and looking outwardly and seeing what others' situations are as well, to kind of help them out and be a little bit generous with them. And of course, also having that balance in where you can accept their generosity as well, which is sometimes a little harder to do. So I'm glad you're here today. Thank you very much for having me, having the time to come and hear my reading. I hope to see you here next month. If you like this reading, please subscribe so I know that you want me to continue making these readings in the near future, for next month and in the near future. And also please like the or comment on this channel, so that it keeps my YouTube channel kind of alive a little longer. I'm trying to see how many people we can help with these readings. I really appreciate your time, and if you find that you want to share this reading, please do so. Some people that you might know might actually benefit from this perspective, or a more positive perspective of the situation, if this resonates with them as well. Thank you very much for being here. Wishing you lots of love and blessings and lots of laughter this coming year, as we all need that. So let's keep that positivity going. Thank you again for joining me today. Wishing you much peace, love, and light. See you soon.